Our first signal comes from the Northern Plateau Biodome, a sister base well known for their high-altitude crop experiments and very stubborn engineers, I must say. They've been nurturing a strain of bioluminescent seedlings meant to reduce the dependency on external lighting during power outages. The latest report confirms that the plants have stabilized, and after sundown, they emit a soft green glow, like gold sort of glow, bright enough to guide night crews through the irrigation aisles. The truly remarkable part is that their responsiveness, the seedlings pulse gently when exposed to a low-frequency sound, like music. One technician played an old violin tune during the data collection, and the entire tray shimmered in time with the melody. They have dubbed them lantern seeds, and aside from their obvious utility, morale in the biodome has improved dramatically. Imagine being surrounded by a living constellation each evening, light and leaf all woven together. I have requested a small crate for our own hydroponic corridors, and they make the walk to the kettle far more pleasant after dark. Fish. The next transmission is from our Desert Outreach Post 7, where the filtration towers stand taller than the horizon itself. For months, they've battled sand interference in the condenser arrays, but a particular discovery changed everything. At dusk, when the air cools and the wind pressure shifts, the vents resonate. They produce a harmonic tone so pure that it carries clear across the basin. At first, the technicians logged it as a mechanical fault, but locals from nearby settlements began gathering to listen, describing it as songs from the wells. Now, every evening, just before lights out, workers climb the tower's platforms with their mugs, and they sit quietly as the wind plays through the metal, a natural concert born out of necessity. They've nicknamed it the Water Song. Productivity reports mention nothing about it, but the morale graphs have spiked skywards. Sometimes, it seems, the best innovations are the ones that make people pause and take a breath together. A brighter update from our metropolitan sister base, the completion of Operation Honeydrop. After years of sterile rooftops and recycled air gardens, the urban collective has successfully introduced micro-apiaries into their food terraces. Early projections expected a minor boost to pollination, but instead, they found an extraordinary effect. Floral yields are up 23%. Fruit density has improved, and several residents reported spontaneous smiles, a metric not often tracked, but enthusiastically noted. The bees, imported from a coastal strain, have adapted beautifully to the city's vertical wind tunnels. The base reports that workers now take breaks near the hives just to listen to the hum, a reminder of what a partnership sounds like. They've promised to send us a sample jar labeled Rooftop Spring. I intend to test it strictly for scientific purposes, possibly on toast or in my tea. And our final dispatch comes from the Seaside Engineering Lab, where researchers have been developing a new structural composite forged from reclaimed ocean debris that they fused with silica. The goal was practical: lighter container walls, lower maintenance, but the result borders on art. When light passes through the finished panels, it scatters like water over sand. Entire hallways now ripple with shifting blues and golds as the sun moves overhead. One scientist described it as living inside the reflection of the sea. The material, dubbed glass tide, is already being tested for greenhouse use. Early trials show improved plant growth due to the diffused spectral light. The lab's productivity reports include a curious footnote. Staff linger longer at their workstations, citing ambiance. You know what? I can't blame them. If you could rebuild the ocean and hang it on your walls, wouldn't you stay a little longer too? Well, those are this cycle's transmissions from our sisters' bases. Proof that even in isolation, innovation and beauty continue to bloom. I will archive these findings in the central log once we're back from break, assuming the cookies survive that long. And if you're returning from break, stretching your fingers, refilling your cups, we will start our last focus block in just a moment.